Hey guys, Brandon here. Hope you guys are doing great on this April 1st. I'm kind of going a little bit stir crazy here. I've been working home now for about, 2 weeks or so, doing my day job from home. But I get to do this after my work, which is more stuff from home, but at least I get to interact with you lovely folk. So today's episode I thought would be really cool to do another checkout reaction kind of thing where we check out a band that's been around for a really long time and been super influential. They're called Cirith Ungol. They're from Ventura, California. They've been active for a long time, most notably 1972 to 1992, and then they recently got back together back in 2015, and they are about to release a new album in 2020. The new album is going to be on Metal Blade Records, and it's titled Forever Black. So we're going to check out Before Tomorrow, which is posted about a week ago. I haven't heard a single track from this album yet, but I loved this band. A little bit of a background for them, for those who don't know these guys. They had a bunch of studio albums back in the early 80s and also in the early 90s, and then they disbanded. So Frost and Fire came out in 1981. This was a more hard rock sound, reminiscent of the bands of the time period. Bands like Deep Purple and Black Sabbath. Really cool artwork. That's one thing I love about this band, is they do the whole medieval fantasy world building sort of thing, which I super dig. Their follow-up album after Frost and Fire was King of the Dead, and that was in 1984. This was probably their widely acclaimed best album. Most people say that this is the one you want to get into, and it's kind of become a modern classic. It's a highly influential album, especially on bands that are of the heavy metal and doom genre. Following that, we had One Foot in Hell, and that was in 1986. This is an amazing album. I think it's sort of overshadowed by King of the Dead, but it's still got some solid songs. Check it out. I would say it's definitely worth a spin. And Paradise Lost in 1991. The band disbanded after this and then got back together in 2015. There's some amazing songs on Paradise Lost. Like, I loved Heaven Help Us. Fallen Idols was great. Paradise Lost, the title track, was also really awesome. But now we have Forever Black. So let's check out a single from this. This is Before Tomorrow from Cirith Ungol's Forever Black, coming out on April 24th of 2020. Hell yeah. Still got that old school production, which is awesome. Sounds like they picked up right where they left off.
The past is not forever. The future now remains. The call of ancient evil. Down of visions masquerade. Someday a new beginning. Someday it will be done. Someday before tomorrow. The end has just begun. System in a fire. A system in a lie. Communion made of anarchy. Too late to realize. Today we live in anger. Today we live in fear. Someday before tomorrow. Today the end is near. Today the end is near.
Hell yeah. So, that was awesome. These guys totally still got it. I can't wait to hear this album. Sign me up. April 24th on Metal Blade Records. I cannot wait to hear this record. One thing I would like to do at the end of this video is bring up some bands that are sort of doing a similar thing in this vein. Thought it would be really cool to bring up some really cool epic fantasy themed heavy metal bands that are doing some cool stuff right now and give them a shout out. I thought it would be really cool to cover them. So let's get started. So we've got Lady Beast. This is the Vultures Amulet. It's going to be out on April 3rd on Reaper Metal Productions. These guys are from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They're back with their 4th full length and a follow-up to The Killer Vicious Breed in 2017. That was an awesome album. And the attention to detail on this is really great. It's got a fantastic old school production in addition to the blistering heavy metal sound, soaring female vocals that complement the amazing songwriting of the band. I absolutely love the album artwork. There's a ton of world building there and it really completes the experience. Check out a clip of this. It's really cool. That was Lady Beast, the Vulture's Amulet. They have 3 songs up on Bandcamp with a ton of merch, so pick up some stuff and support these guys. They're really, really good. My personal favorite song of the ones that they have up right now is Runes of Rust, but I can't wait to hear the whole thing. Another one, and this band is, if you don't know them, you're kind of under a rock right now because this band sort of came out of nowhere and have been killing it since. This is Smolder, Dream Quest Ends, and their album, well, an EP actually. It could be an album. It's a little over 37 minutes long, but it came out on March 13th, 2020 on Cruz del Sur Music. So they're back after their absolutely stellar first full length, which was Times of Obscene Evil and Wild Daring back in 2019. They're a Toronto-based heavy metal band, and they're making some serious waves in this whole fantasy, epic, heavy metal, doom metal scene. For those who are not familiar with the band, but are familiar with Banger TV, Sarah Ann is the front vocalist for the band. She's got some amazing vocals, and she absolutely destroys on this EP with some killer songwriting from this band. Love the atmosphere, love the artwork, and there's a ton of adventure in this EP, and I just love how these guys keep delivering that. Check out a clip, and I think you'll understand what I'm talking about. So that was Smolder, Dream Quest Ends. They have a killer old school production and feel. I love that the album artwork highly complements their music. They have a ton of merch on Bandcamp. Go grab something. This band is freaking awesome. And I love everything that they've put out. My favorite song on the EP was Warrior Witch of Hell, but the whole thing is killer. The next band that I want to bring up is, these guys are really cool. I found them recently. It's called Solitary Saber. They had just put on an album on March 13th on No Remorse Records, and it's called By Fire and Brimstone. These guys are from Cyprus. They return with their third full length since 2014's Beastly Redemption Through Force. That was an awesome album. This is a heavy power metal band. They embrace the fantasy and mythological elements, and they have epic clean vocals, crushing heavy riffs, amazing world building. I think you guys are really going to like this, so check it out. As you can see, the band feels charismatic and addicting. I loved this album. Massive inspiration from some of the best moments in Iron Maiden records. And they have a ton of stuff on Bandcamp. They've got shirts, hoodies, CDs, so pick up something. My personal favorite song on this was The Scarlet Citadel. I feel like they took a lot of risks on this, but it really works. There's some really cool moments on this record. The next album that I thought was really awesome was this band called Spell, and they have a new album called Opulent Decay coming out on April 10th on Bad Omen Records. This is their third full length after For None and All back in 2016. They're from Vancouver, Canada, and they've created some really mystical and enchanting sounding heavy metal. It's dripping with occultism, it's smooth, melancholic, it's enchanting, adventurous, all of the really cool things you would want in a heavy metal band of this kind of style. Check out a clip. I think you guys are really going to enjoy what they have to offer.
Forgotten deep within the earth, alive with gold and bright with gems of boundless worth, untouched by hands, unseen by eyes. The serpent whispers.
So that was Spell, Opulent Decay. They have 2 songs on Bandcamp at the moment. They're absolutely killer songs. They have a ton of merch. Check them out, support them, pick up something. My favorite personal song of the stuff that they have out right now is Deceiver, but I can't wait to hear the whole thing. And last but not least, we have a brand new band. They're from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is Blazon Right, and I'm going to butcher the name of this EP, but it's Dulce Bellum in Expertise. And it came out on March 29th of 2020, and that's an independent release. I was really surprised by this. It was really cool. It's a 5-song EP. It's reminiscent of all the best moments of some of my favorite Judas Priest records, but they have a really cool live feel and some awesome dungeon synth kind of moments on the album that, with the headbanging moments, just put together this really cool atmosphere. Check out a clip. So once again, that was Blazon Right, Dulce Bellum in Expertise. I loved this EP. The fantasy elements on the album really pulled it all together for me. I highly recommend it. They've got some tapes for sale on Bandcamp, so pick something up, support them. My favorite song on this was Diamond Dagger, but the whole thing is front to back really awesome. That's all I got. What do you think of the new Cirith Ungol tracks that are up right now? Are you excited for that album? And have you heard any of these bands? Is there anything I missed that's relatively new in the fantasy type genre that isn't in this list that should be? Start a conversation. What do you think? But that's it for me. I hope everybody's doing well and safe. For everybody out there who's working hard and doing things during this really difficult time, thank you so much for what you're doing. That's it from the Metal Forge. Stay tuned for another episode and see you soon.